This unit explains the skills required to draft and extract patterns for a kurta. By the end of this unit, students will be able to acquire techniques used in kurta pattern making, complete the patterns for the parts of the kurta, derive various parts of kurta patterns drafted in this method, adapt the techniques learnt in this unit to your own designs, articulate the techniques as per the body types. Let us draft collar band, which is used in kurta, which is also called collar stand. Kurta normally comprising of stand, then placket, then two side pockets and slit of course in the sides. Now let us start drafting collar band. Draw a straight line and draw perpendicular line as shown in the draft. Proper intersection can be taken. Label point A. From point A to B, center back collar width, which is 2.8 centimeter, point A to C, back neck length, that is 8.1 centimeter. Is point C. C to D is 11.4 centimeter, that's the front neck. From D, measure 1 centimeter. Then from point C, draw a curve using French curve and continue. This will be point E. From point E, take a right angle to the curve line which is drawn. Right angle is a perpendicular line from point E. From E to F, measure 2.5 centimeter, which is 3 millimeter less than center back band width, because it's advisable to keep slightly narrower towards the front. Now from point B you can square for the half of the collar band. This will be point F. Then from E to G measure half placket width, which is 2 centimeter. This is point G. From G again take a right angle to the curve line. Then take a right angle to the point F. Then complete with the curve line by blending to the squared line in the top. This band can be kept square or it can be also curved in case it's required. It's depend upon the requirement. Remember, this should be a right angle. After completing the draft, you may also place button hole which should be middle of the band, that is 2.5 centimeters is the total width. The midpoint will be 1.25. Give a cross mark which should be also right angle to the center front line. This is point EF is a center front line. So which is also a right angle. Measure midpoint, then give a cross mark, then measure 2 millimeter out from the point of buttonhole. Then from that 2 millimeter point measure the buttonhole length, which can be up to 1.5 centimeter or 12 mm. So I have completed collar stand with the buttonhole placement. I just recap. I drawn a straight line which is a vertical line, then perpendicular line, A to B center back collar band width, then A to C back neck, C to D front neck, then 1 centimeter D to E, then taken a curve line and extended from point E, then from the curve line drawn the perpendicular line. On the perpendicular line E to F measured 2.5 centimeter, which is 0.3 millimeter, 3 millimeter lesser than the AB width. Then squared from B, then measured curved with the help of French curve to the point G, which is 2 centimeter from E, half of the placket width. With this collar band completes. Let us start drafting the bodies of kurta, which will comprise of front and back, later which can be separated once you ensure the draft is correct. Draw a square line or perpendicular line as shown in the diagram. Which can be also extended to the desired length. In this case, the kurta length is 102 centimeter. So I extend up to approximately 108 centimeter. Take proper intersection on the perpendicular line and label A. A to B center back neck drop 12 mm. Point B square up or draw perpendicular line for desired length. This is point B. A to C 7.8 centimeter, which is 1/6 of neck plus 12 mm. This is point C. A to D is a front neck drop 7.6. Square for the short line. After marking the measurements of neck width and front neck drop, with the help of French curve, blend line B to C. You can also notice the way I am placing the French curve. Now BC CD is off neck circumference, off back neck circumference, then off front neck circumference. When you symmetrize this, you will get full neck circumference, which should be equivalent to 38 centimeter. Now A to E 23 centimeter, which I have also mentioned in shirt draft, is a constant measurement for giving a shoulder slant line from point E, that is from line A to E, is a 23 centimeter. Have been using this to give shoulder slant in shirt draft also. This can be these two lines, perpendicular lines, as I mentioned in my shirt draft, as a reference line. Later I am converting this into center front and center back line when I trace and separate the pattern for front and back. It's a reference line, and this will be imaginary line. Now again I am moving to point E. From point E, measure 4 centimeter, which is also a standard measurement, have been used in draft of shirt. That is E to F 4 centimeter, which is also a standard measurement. Now connect from point C to F and extend. From G to H is across shoulder measurement, which is a 23.5 centimeter. See, this measurement should be started from reference line. You can just follow the technique how I am going to take point H and G or G and H. I am placing the measurement of across shoulder, that is 23.5, and keep move till it intersects on the slant line. 23, you can very closely watch what I am doing to get point G and H, which is off across shoulder, that is 23 point, full will be 47. See, it is intersecting here, so this point will be H and this point will be G. So G and H you need to derive placing 23.5 on the reference line and take the intersection. That level will be the point G and H, which is a measurement of half across shoulder. This will be G and this point will be H. From point H, square down for 2 to 3 inches. As I shown in the diagram. From point B to I is the shoulder seam measurement. In case of kurta, no shoulder seam, but that level will remain in same distance. which is a B to I 10 centimeter. Square out from point B. Then point B to K, J will be measured after K or can be measured after K. After measuring J and J, you can also measure K. In this case, I am measuring before to conclude little faster. B to K is 13.3 centimeter, which is to measure across chest for the front armhole. Point K also can be squared out. So this is a K. Now I am moving to again point I. I to J is across back shoulder is 22.4 centimeter. Now this will be point J. K to L is across chest or across front is 21.7 centimeter. The measurements I am using for the kurta, all measurements are similar to the shirt measurement except the length and sleeve. Now I got I to K and K to L. Now point H to M is 21.5 centimeter, which is half armhole minus 2.5 centimeter. That is 21.5. So for that point you need to draw a perpendicular line using reference line. A perpendicular line to the reference line, as I am showing on the diagram. This can be also extended for certain length. The intersection on the reference line will be point N. And H to M is 21.5, which is half armhole minus 2.5. Now N to O is 1/4 chest plus N to O is 1/4 chest, which is 28 centimeter. This will be O. Now, waist level from imaginary line to be marked, that is 43 centimeter. Then from that point, draw a perpendicular line to the reference line. So, and label point P and P to Q 1/4 waist circumference is 27 centimeter. This is P and Q. In this kurta, it's optional to give hip level and continue to the bottom level. So, here I am going to consider to give hip level. Hip level is from waist point is 19 centimeter. Then draw a perpendicular line to the reference line. Now R2 S is 1/4 of hip circumference, which is 112 divided by 2 divided by 4 is 28. R and point S. Now, from point B to T is the center back length 102 centimeter. From T, square out. After measuring the center back length, that's point B to T, measure 1/4 of bottom hem circumference, that is 35.5 centimeter. Now you can connect point O, Q, S and point Q. You can also turn the paper P to R is a waist depth. R to S is 1/4 of hip is 28.5 centimeter. Is yes, point S. Now point B, that's the center back neck, to T is the center back length, is 102 centimeter. From point T, square out, then measure 1/4 of bottom circumference is 36 centimeter. 36 centimeter and mark Q. So we have completed the structural measurement. Now blending part, what I do is I'll turn the sheet to other side and start blending with the help of French curve and hip curve by connecting point O, Q, S and Q. So use hip curve as I'm showing on the diagram. Then from S to U, connect with the dotted line. Then mark the midpoint from U. Midpoint of U and S is 21 centimeter. where you need to give a cross mark. Then again turn to other side. Then measure 1.6 centimeter or 16 millimeter. Then from point U, draw 2 to 3 inches perpendicular line. Then blend S, T and U with the help of hip curve. Remember, the blending should be not exactly from the point, just below point S and above point U, passing through 1.6 centimeter mark. It takes time, you need to analyze, then start shaping. Then blend it here with the French curve. So with this you get a side seam. Then moving to the armhole, you have back armhole and front armhole. Use French curve, and the first marking should be pass through F, L and O. And the back armhole will be F, J and O. The starting point and the meeting point will be same. Both front and back armhole. You can easily make out the deeper armhole is a front armhole, the narrower armhole is a back armhole. With this, the draft of front and back kurta is completed without taking the shoulder forward. Marking up pocket and slit. In kurta, there will be two side pockets with pouches and long slit. Since its length is crossing knee level, we need to give a slit so that the walking flexibility will be there. So to mark the pocket, opening, you need to measure from Q 2 centimeter up, that is a waistline level. Then from 2 centimeter, point 2 centimeter, measure 16 centimeter, which is opening length. This is a pocket opening length. You can also show with the stitch lines. Pocket opening. Then for the slit, from point U, measure 36 centimeter. This will be slit. From here to here is a pocket opening. Now, let us move to the shoulder forward, which I have also done in the shirt for the yoke, whereas in this case there won't be a yoke, but the excess whatever taking from the front will continue in the back, for which measure from point H 2 centimeter. It depends upon the forward width you required. Here I am measuring 2 centimeter, normally given less in kurta, and measure point C also 2 centimeter on the front neckline and draw a line. After measuring 2 centimeter from the natural shoulder, crease the point C and F, which is line of true shoulder or natural shoulder line, as I am showing in the demonstration. It should be traced like this. Then transfer the front neckline by using the draping pin. You can transfer it. Transfer the front armhole. So of course till this to 1 inch, the front and back armhole is same. See, remember here on the armhole line, here on the neckline, front neckline. So once I unfold this, the traced portion is visible here, visible at back neck and front shoulder tip armhole. So which can be now blended with the help of French curve. This I continue from the point C and this I'll continue from the point H. Then connect both the end points. Now the front will be starting from here, ends here, then continue with this and moves from the front armhole, and the back will be point from point B then to C and continues to the forwarded portion which I've transferred from this to this and continues to shoulder tip and again continues to back armhole ends at O, point O, which will be clearly shown in the separation part of this kurta. Now let us move to mark of placket. The placket length will be 28 centimeter from front neck and the width is 4 centimeter. Mark 28 from front neck, then 4 centimeter for the slit, then 2 centimeter for width which is half of the placket. The total will be 4 centimeter as I told. Square this, then measure 2 centimeter, then measure here also 2 centimeter, then draw a line as I am showing on the draft. Connect till this point, that's a 4 centimeter, 4 centimeter up from this, then 1 centimeter you need to, it's always a depend upon the point shape you looking for. I'll keep 1 centimeter short to the open, then connect to this. This is a half placket, other side will be half, total 4 centimeter placket with functional opening is 24 centimeter. With this draft part is concludes. Let us see the separation part in the separation chapter. Marking of buttonhole. In the kurta placket we can mark 3 buttonholes which is bit closer than the shirt button placements. The first button can be from top 7 centimeter, just I am indicating with the red cross mark, then 6 centimeter the second and third. The first one is a 7 centimeter, the second and third will be 6 centimeter. So 3 button holes. Now let us recap the entire draft of this kurta. I started with drafting front and back neckline, that is point A to B 1.2 centimeter, which is a back neck draft. Then A to C is 1/6 of neck plus 1.2 centimeter. Then from A to D 7.2 centimeter or B to C 6.4 centimeter, whichever to be considered. 1/6 of neck here if you measure from B to D. If you measure from A to D is 1/6 of neck plus 1.2 centimeter. Then I have measured point E, which is a constant measurement, 23 centimeters. Then from point E, F is 4 centimeter, which is also constant. Then I have measured across shoulder, that is G, and H is a 3.5 centimeter. Then coming to B to I is a shoulder seam. In this case there is no shoulder, so still you have to measure that level to get the armhole shape. So I marked 10 centimeter from B. Then J is 22.4 centimeter. Then I have taken point K, which is 13.3 centimeter from point B. Then measured, drawn square line and measured across, which is 22.4 centimeter. Then N is from point F or H, is it can be any point. H it is 21.5 centimeter. Then I got point M. Then from M measure drawn square line to the reference line, then extended. After that N to O 1/4 chest. Then point B to P measured shoulder, neck to waistline 43 centimeter. Point P, which is a waistline. Q is 1/4 of waist, that is a 27 centimeter. Then R is a hip level. From P measured 19 centimeter. Then P to S is 28.5 centimeter, 1/4 of the hip. Then point B to T is center back length 1 or 2 centimeter. Then T to U is 1/4 of bottom circumference is 36 centimeter. Then to mark the side seam shape with taking dotted line, broken line, then mark the midpoint 1.6 centimeter. Then move to armhole, joint from point H to J, then to O, again H to L and connected to O. So we received front and back armhole. Then marked pocket opening for the sides and the slit point for the flexibility of getting spread for easier walk. Then after that I have taken rollover from the front to the back 2 centimeters, creased it and pinned it and transferred to back. Then the final application was the placket. Placket is total length is 28 centimeter. Then placket total width is 4 centimeter. Since it is reference lines, the reference line is a center front line, so I took half of 4 centimeter is 2. Then 4 centimeter is slit closure. From that point is a functional opening. Here it is a tuck stitches. This is a 4 centimeter. Then here I took 1 centimeter up and connected to the neckline. With this I conclude the draft of kurta. Sleeve drafting. The kurta sleeve does not have cuff where its length is included the cuff width. That means the sleeve length along with the cuff width, whereas in the shirt sleeve the cuff width portion will be subtracted from the sleeve length. The length of the kurta sleeve will be 61. Let us draft using another method which is similar to the shirt sleeve draft. Take a paper, unfold, crease it thoroughly, then start drafting from right to left by leaving 2 inches from the right edge. Draw a perpendicular line to the fold. From point A, the intersection on fold can be labeled as A. From point A to B, bicep, which is full armhole divided by 2 minus 2.5 to 3 centimeter as I have mentioned in the shirt draft. So, in this case it is 21.5, whereas the total armhole is 48.5 divided by 2 minus 3 centimeter will be 21.5 centimeter approximately. A to B bicep width 21.5 centimeter. Give a cross mark, then square down from point B, that is perpendicular to AB line, approximately 5 to 6 inches. Now, B to C is a intersection which is half of the armhole. Armhole is 48.5, so half of the armhole will be 24.25. So, I am placing 24.25 on point A and taking intersection on line B. So, mark point C on the intersection. This will be point C. To point C, draw another perpendicular line from the fold line. Now, the intersection on fold will be point D. Now, point A to C, draw a dotted lines, or it can be broken lines or dashed lines, whatever convenient to mention, but it should be drawn as have shown on the diagram. Now, point E is the center of AC minus half centimeter, measured from point A. So diagonally it is 22.25, half of 22.25 is 12.1 millimeter minus half centimeter will be 11.6 centimeter. So give a cross mark and draw a perpendicular line. From point E, measure up by 5 millimeter and down by 5 millimeter. Remember, kurta is a comfort garment, semi-formal, so you need to consider flexibility in the fit. So from point E measured to upward, that is towards the imaginary line, in this case also it is imaginary line, is 5 millimeter, which can be considered as a point F. Then again from point E downward towards the bicep line is G, point G. After marking F and G from point E, you can blend the armhole using French curve. You kindly notice the way I am placing the French curve and blending the front and back armhole to be followed when you practice. First, from A I go straight for half an inch, then I'll connect to point F. Then from A, giving 3 by 8 straight from point A, then connect point G. Now you have to notice very carefully, this French curve have placed like this. This will be turned this way, that is tilted to opposite direction. Then the second tilt also to opposite direction, so that it will be placed like this. I'll repeat this again. It was kept like this to blend A to F and A to E. I now tilt twice this French curve, like once opposite vertically and the second opposite horizontally. So this will be like this. It will be like this. Then getting into the curve that is connecting point C to F, will be like this. Remember, as I told while drafting the sleeve pattern for the shirt, the blending of armhole, though it is twice done, the continuation should be is one curve line. Now I am repeating to C to G, that is a front arm hole which is deeper than the back arm hole. See, you can notice here the curve line is one continuous, though I have done in two different shots, the back arm hole and the front arm hole. Now you can measure the curve lines by passing the measuring tape on the curve of the back arm hole and front arm hole. It will be 1 centimeter plus than the total body arm hole. So 1 centimeter will be the cap is the operator required to attach the sleeve smoothly. Now let us move to the further draft of the sleeve, that is by measuring the sleeve length. Sleeve length, as I told, from A to H, that is 61 centimeter. From point H you can square out, that's drawing perpendicular line. Point H, now H to I is a sleeve opening is 16 centimeter. H to I, which is a sleeve opening. From I, measure 1 centimeter to J. From J, you can connect C and J using hip curve or straight curve. If you need a curved shape, yes, you can use a hip curve, and preferably not a slighter curve, not a deep curve. Here I am giving straight line, that is underarm. Here I have not measured the elbow line. Yes, you can also indicate elbow line, which is mid sleeve, that is midpoint of D and H plus 2.5 centimeter towards D. Midpoint of DH plus 2.5 centimeter measured from point H will be the elbow line. Now from point J, place the set square as shown in the diagram and take a small right angle, then with the help of hip curve or French curve blend to the point H as shown in the demo. So with this, I am completing the draft of the sleeve. You have come to the end of this unit. To summarize, in this unit, you have learned to draft and separate a pattern for kurta.